Donald Trump now has sent another warning to Tinubu's government as he has shut down the US embassy in Nigeria. It's as if the breakout of Nigeria is inevitable, because Donald Trump now is touting a new embassy in the southeast, trying to move the location from the northern part, because he said the lives of the Americans there in Abuja is no longer safe, and they are looking for a possible and a new location where the lives of the US indigene can be saved. What is your take as regards the US now finally shutting down the embassy again in Nigeria? What does that mean to Nigeria as a nation?
It's a diplomatic statement, it's a diplomatic language, it's a diplomatic endorsement of what is going to come, that the diplomatic relationship between Biafra and the United States continue to go from one point to another. The diplomatic relationship between Biafra and Israel has continued to move to another level, the diplomatic relationship with Biafra and other global world will continue to move from one level to another. A lot of people are not surprised that the issue of fake news has been tweeted by Donald Trump before he started talking about how Nigerian media, we are reporting something that was not correct, just to make sure that, they continue to market the position of IPOB in Nigeria and what IPOB has actually done to expose Nigerian government on the atrocities committed in Nigeria now and then. Then, at this point where he came out, after a series of warning by the Congress to directly to Bola Ahmed Tinubu that don't rely too much on Alimo, you'll be disappointed. Trump has made up his mind on what to do with Nigeria. And I think that, from the diplomatic exposure we are hearing, communication we are hearing, I think to an extent they are going to be done with anything that has to do with, the crisis in Middle East is going to be resolved, and the U.S. attention is going to be shifted to Nigeria. What does that mean? They have seen, and that is why they have deployed Nigerian military to the eastern part of the country to create fear, so that the U.S. will continue to feel disturbed over the relocation of the U.S. embassies and Israeli embassies and military base to Biafra land. Because, like I told you, a lot of people don't understand what that means and what Americans are coming, the American president, military presence, what it signifies. Nigeria cannot be able to interpret each diplomatic move carried out by U.S. government within Africa, outside Africa, and even targeted on APC administration. They do not read meaning to that. What they read meaning is to how to loot, corrupt the resources of Biafra land and use it for jamboree. That's what the best. That's what they know how to do. Jamboree. Destroy the resources in Niger Delta. Use it anyhow. And they'll come out and tell you that Nigeria is working. But they are busy disaliving, killing the Nigerian brigadier generals, killing the soldiers themselves, and trying to cover it up with the media. And that is why Trump said they are fake. There are fake people everywhere. I think it has gotten to that point. I expected them now to rise and call Donald Trump to order. Bola Ahmed Tinubu should have done that earlier before now. Call Donald Trump rather and tell him straight to his face, you dare not. They want to take decision on Nigeria, and that decision is very clear. I used to say it very clearly. A superior force will enter Nigeria and break Nigeria. Because just like what people are saying, okay, the one unity has brought calamity on us, and there's need for us to go our separate ways. Ask the Fulanis what are they fighting for. Who is busy defending them? Population is busy defending them. Erofai is busy defending them. Atiku is busy defending them. We are the one that you see they are doing wrong. But to them, they are not doing any wrong. They want to succeed. They want their own caliphate. They want to practice their Sharia thing and do their stuff without anybody. And they don't want to see any non-Muslim around them who does not behave the way they behave. So, continuing one Nigeria means for everybody to come under the collapse of Islam. The American government should take note. Please share this video to anybody, and understand that it is not about unity anymore. You are condemning the Fulanis actions. And I've answered more questions. Why is it that the North is not invading the South? And why is it that the South is not invading the North? And you are saying, take care. Bring Falarade Musa, bring Christopher Musa, bring this one, Brutai. Where are they now? Where are they now? Gowon, where are you? Danjuma, where are you? These are people who went against sanity, who abolished, even when they knew that in Aburi, it was about the division of Nigeria. Gowon, shame on you. I continue to say it. Why are you not talking? Why is Gowon not saying anything?
He went to visit Tinubu the other day, telling him that Tinubu is doing well, trying to congratulate Tinubu that he should continue with the unity of Nigeria and that the peace in Nigeria is.
Okay, a lot of people, would they agree with what Gowon is actually saying? You know, what is Tinubu's antecedents? These are people who went and reported. And we know the story. Gowon is already ashamed of himself. Few days you went and praised Tinubu, they came to your Plateau state and disallowed thousands of people. And all things now they have been killing people. They have been silent because it has been issue. He has benefited and he wants Nigeria to continue under Islam. The only problem they are having in Nigeria is the Igbo people, the Biafra people. The Southern Kogi, the Southern Benue, Ambazonia, Edo State. These are all old Eastern province. According to the Portuguese, they are Biafrans. So, where is Gowon silent over the killing of his own people? And he defended the Fulanis and defended the Hausas. How markets now? It is no longer a joke. Generals are dying on daily basis. Nigeria is losing sovereignty. Nobody is there to defend 250 million people anymore. Our soldiers are running from one pillar to post. The Nigerian government are smiling because they feel that their agenda is coming to fruitfulness.
Okay, but now Trump now shutting down the embassy again, and let's not forget how the way Sokoto was bombed by Donald Trump himself. A lot of people are saying this man is not smiling. Tinubu should be careful because he might be the last president of Nigeria. He sent money again.
The signs are there and the people are speaking up now. Yes, a defense base has been established in the Biafra land. They cannot do anything about it. We're just waiting. We're just watching. You know, the other day you see thousands of people being killed in Enugu State. We saw the infiltration that took place in Abia State. The same Fulani people, you know, the Nigerian government are pretending over this. They are not reported. And that's what the Trump said on the Nigerian media is fake. They don't report anything that is happening in Nigeria. That is why we thank God and continue to celebrate Martin Namdekano and Simon Ekpa. They are better, 100% bigger than any Eastern governor. They are 100% better than any Eastern governor. We are even hearing with the Christian crisis now, you know, that the Sultan of Sokoto have relocated to Imo State. Yes, because wherever America is taking their embassy to, wherever Israel is taking their embassy to, know that it is a peaceful zone. It is a peaceful area.
Or is the Sultan of Sokoto scared because of the surveillance?
Yes,
The government continues
yes, I am telling you, he is on the run. He wants to hide because they feel, and they see, The presence of Nigerian military in the southeast, let me tell you, if you don't know, why they are pushing the Nigerian military now to the southeast is because to maintain a certain zone, to maintain peace, a kind of, to paint a certain picture that that place is peaceful, and they try to maintain a high profile escaping Nigeria Fulani emirs and leaders who are escaping to and that's why you see that deploying military there now, so that there will be peace and they will find their way and start hiding in the eastern part of the country. And the American government is saying, no, where you are running to, we are going to establish military base there, and you can never escape it. I'm telling you, please.
But the military are saying we are going to wipe off all the terrorists, the IPOB members, constituting nuisance in the southeast. They say they must all go down.
Including the governors must go down. Including the senators must go down. Including Umahi, Ojuzo Kalo, Benjamin Kalo, all of them must go down. It's as simple as that. Because these are indigenous people of Biafra. So why you say you are fighting IPOB? I don't know what you mean by that.
But don't say we are one. Him go to Imo State to cool off, to rest, possibly to take, just to have a good time. Doesn't mean that.
Okay, it's not something rest in the north. Okay, no. Where his prodigal people, sons and daughters have repented, are looking for him. They need to go back to there and rest now. We are hearing it already. But not only Imo, not be surprised that it could be so also in Imo State. I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you, you don't know what is happening, because the latest threat by the US government now it's coming with brimstone, fire, and they know it, and that's the fact. I'm telling you. So you can see what is actually playing out, the way it is. But to be honest, I will still advise the United States government. There's no need of trying to fight or create an impression. The first thing, men, that Nigeria has come to a point where the British government themselves has come to clearly, officially identify with Islam. The British government has said they are in peace with Islam now. That's the prince speaking. So what does that tell you? We are in trouble if Nigeria does not break. Okay, we are in trouble if Nigeria does not break. By the time they collapse the military structure, the remaining military structure, they will enter cities and corners and communities everywhere, and everybody will be hit.
Nigeria should break every military base in Nigeria.
The little resistance they are going to see, because they have been infiltrated. You can imagine a brigadier general from Brimo, Useni, saying that he wanted to escape with armor tank. The armor tank could not start. That maybe possibly there's no fuel inside. Can you imagine the danger these guys they went through? A whole brigadier general is communicating in a war zone with WhatsApp. WhatsApp! He said like, Nigeria are not serious. The only way they are serious is to devastate Niger Delta. Still pack all the crude oil and run away. That's the only way they are serious. So why don't they have this understanding that what does it? They don't know anything. Boko Haram can be everywhere. ISWAP can be everywhere. Hamas already in Nigeria. Hezbollah is already in Nigeria, and they are busting them in the Middle East. They have already seen Nigeria as the most populous black nation. Every Arab nation will be proud of to have fallen under Islam. But I don't know what thing they happen. It's a pride to them. And that's why any smaller thing that happens in the Middle East, you see them raising their flags in Nigeria and all that. But let one IPOB man, Igbo man, let one just chickily, the entire world plane will just descend in the eastern part of the country. That's how funny.
But do you not think truly the military wants to really, allow peace or, reign? Just like we know in Southeast have always been a peaceful region in Nigeria. Do you think that the military have their own agenda, in the Southeast, or they are really
the military that we're having now is headed by a Yoruba man? He said we should welcome them and they are telling you that they prefer to stay with the Yorubas than the Igbo people. So yes, now are you not yet? Is it not a common thing in the social media? It's a common thing now. So if the Yoruba military man is saying, bring them inside, we are friends, free them, give them orientation, send them to Scotland, train them after when they come back, push them into Nigerian military. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? So it goes a long way to tell you that, preferably they want to work with the Yoruba people. The only obstacle they are seeing, nobody will tell you this. They will pretend, according to Jonathan. Jonathan will say, these are no-go areas. But that is where the problem is. Can they establish confederate leaders among the regions in Nigeria? Now, can Tinubu be able to do it to solve this problem once and for all? He cannot be able to do it. Let 3 confederate leaders in Nigeria emerge. Get the documents of Aburi. Let every confederate leader in Nigeria sit down and say, listen, we don't need much. Get 3 people outside Yoruba Igbo. Give them constitutional powers as confederate leaders. Let them discuss this thing within 1 hour and solve this unfortunate incidents that has destroyed Nigerian unity completely. Okay? Outside East, the Yorubas have accepted Islam. There's not two ways about it. We should not pretend about it. And I have given instances on several fora. Nations like Egypt, Turkey, Lebanon, name them. The battle now has shifted, and you can see how sophisticated they have become. To take down Nigerian generals in the war front does not mean anything to them. Overrun in the extent that they invade military barracks. And you are saying Donald Trump should not do the needful. Unlike the United States of America actually want to pretend over it, because of their position in the global world. But if they fail to do the needful, God will raise a super nation like Israel that will just go ahead and stop this menace and recognize Biafra as a sovereign nation. The solution solved once and for all.
Okay, there's a Biafra in a celebration because an Igbake king has said they are pulling out from Nigeria and Edo State. The Biafrans accept Igbake as their own.
Let me just tell you, we cannot be manipulating this thing very clearly. If you remove Igbake from Edo State, there's nothing like Edo State again. Edo will be too tiny, even to even though it's Igbo. Okay, I'm telling you, Asian land, it's an Igbo land. Wait. I can tell you, I'm telling you. The Bini tribe, let me just tell you, it's made up of Igbo, Igala, Yoruba. So, but the founder of Ikodomikodo is an Igbo man. And I say it everywhere. Before the infiltration started coming. So it was the Bini as a result of the empirical revelation about themselves that made them to assume the position of an empire. But now, as it stands today, the Igbo man that ruled Bini, Samuel Chinedu Obemudia, is from Ibanki. And he is the one that changed the narration. So many of them, President Dahosa, is from Ibanki. Rema is from Ibanki. Prominent people that have, added value and image to Edo State are all Ibanki people. I expected Oba of Benin, if now that he's under Oni of Ife, that he has no power anymore. That the king of Ibanki has overpowered the Oba of Benin, and they are no longer subjects of the Oba of Benin. Now, with that now, the Benin people will not have any choice than to join the Biafran struggle, because they operate the same market day like the Igbo people. They operate four market days. Only are from four, the same way they operate it in Benin, it's the same way they operate it anywhere. Let them forget this. They are the one that created. Yeah, God created it after the war. It was God that planted this identity and crisis in the South today. But thank God for Ned Nwoko and some great Anyoma youths and kings who have stood up and begun to champion the Igbo unification. More thanks too to General Asabuja. Irrespective of your influence with Asari Dokubo and Tombolo, you declared and said it very clearly that in Rivers State people are Igbos, and you are an Igbo man, and you can never deny your identity. God bless you.